Good morning. Today I wanted to do a video to teach you how to upload an image from Google or from a Facebook group, add your text to that, and then layer your design if you would like to. And so the first thing that I've done is I have gone to Google and I have searched for pumpkin pie clip art black and white. And you can also search for pumpkin pie coloring pages as well. I'm just going to right click the image that I want to use and save the image to my computer. And again, you would do the same thing if you were um, using an image from Facebook. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on upload image, and then I'm going to browse and find the image that I just saved. Anytime I upload an image, I click on complex. And so if I were to clean this up normally, when I click preview, you'll see there are a bunch of fuzzy dots around the image. And so in order to prevent that, after you click on complex, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom on the left-hand side, click on more options, scroll down again. If you're uploading a black and white image, you can reduce your colors to 2 and change your tolerance to 60. And so the higher the bottom number is, the more it's going to take away from your image. And so if I preview this now, you'll see that it looks good. I'm going to go ahead and continue and save this as a cut image. I can then insert it into my canvas and resize if needed by dragging these arrows in the right hand bottom corner. And so if you just want a basic image, a black and white image and black text, all I'm going to do is open up my text box, and I'm going to be using the font Tulip from dafont.com, and I'm going to type out sweetest pie. And so you'll notice with this particular font, there's a lot of space in between the letters. And so in order to fix that, all you need to do is go up to line spacing, and you can either use these arrows or you can type your number um, in the box. I'm going to do -3. And when I do that, you'll see that my text comes together. I do want to make sure that this is centered, so I'm going to go to align and center. And I'm also going to double click on the text and change the text to black. And so if this were your design and you were to go to make it right now, you'll notice that the Cricut puts the verbiage and the image as close as possible to save as much vinyl for you. And so if you want to make sure that your image is the same on the mat as on the canvas, you just need to select your design and click attach. And so now when you go to make it, it will be the same on the mat as it is on the canvas. And so let's say you wanted to add some cursive to this. I'm going to go ahead and detach this. And then I'm going to double click on my text, and I'm just going to delete the word pie. And then I'm going to open up a new text box. I'm going to change my font to Hello Honey, which is also from DaFont. And then I'm going to click on this and type out the word pie. And so with any cursive font, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to weld it, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to a lighter color so that you can see. So right now the Cricut is reading this as 3 separate letters. And so when the Cricut cuts it, it's going to cut right here as well as right here. So if you weld it, you will notice that it now reads as one word versus 3 separate letters. And so I'm going to go ahead and change this to black and resize. so I'm going to go ahead and I want to make sure that this is centered. So sweet as is already grouped together, and then pie is only one word, so it is its own group. And so all I want to do is with one word selected, I'm going to click the shift button on my keyboard and then also click my other text. And then if I go to align, I can go to center horizontally. And you'll notice that now my text is centered. I'm going to go ahead and unhide my pie. And so let's say I want to go ahead and layer my pie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my sweet as, hold down the shift key, and I'm going to group this together. And then that way now it's all one piece. I can move it around the canvas as one. And so I'm going to go ahead and hide this by clicking the eye icon. I'm going to take my pie and I'm going to duplicate this 3 times, once for each color. I'm going to click on my first layer. I'm going to click contour. I'm going to select hide all contours, and I'm going to select everything that I want to be brown, so the pie crust. And before I leave, I'm going to click this top box and X out, and I can go ahead and change this to brown. And then I'm going to go ahead and move over the outline so I can start piecing it together just to kind of visualize what it looks like. I'm then going to take my next layer, click contour. Again, I'm going to select hide all contours, and I'm going to select everything that I want to be orange, so the top of the pie as well as the side. I'm going to click this top box, X out, and now I'm left with just those 2 pieces, and I can go ahead and change that to orange and put it in place. And this last piece, if you were going to be putting it on a white shirt, you would not need to do, but I'm going to go ahead and click contour, select hide all contours, select the whipped cream, and then click this top box, X out, and now I'm left with just the whipped cream. And I can put that in place. And so something that you may want to do, you can click on your pumpkin pie, like the outline, and I'm just going to use my keyboard arrows and move it over. And then you can click contour and select hide all contours and X out. And what it's going to do is it leaves it as a solid piece. And so the reason why you would want to do that is when you're layering, your vinyl does shrink when you're using heat. And so the it kind of gives you some leeway so that you're not seeing your shirt underneath or whatever item that you're using. And so all I need to do is click on that piece, click arrange and send to back. And now you'll see that I have my image as it was before. And so it also does help when you're layering, even if you're not using heat, if you're just putting this on maybe a cup or something, it just kind of gives you, like I said, that room for error. And so I'm going to go ahead and unhide my text. And so let's say I want the word pie to be orange as well. I'm going to go ahead and ungroup my text. I'm going to click on the word pie. And so you could do this one of 2 ways. You could either come up here and change it to orange. However, if you have several pieces that you want to change to the same color, what I like to do is go to color sync, and then you can just drag your image down or your text to the color that you want, and then change back to your layers panel. So with this, let's say I want to put an outline behind it. Maybe I'm putting this on an orange shirt and I want this orange to pop. So I'm going to go ahead and click on offset. And then you can move this bar as far out or as far in as you want. And then click apply. And you'll notice that now the text is outlined. And so with this little piece right here, you may want it to be black as well. So with the offset selected on the layers panel, all you need to do is click contour, hide all contours, and then X out. And so again, you're going to have to attach your light colors so that it cuts the same on the mat as on the canvas. So all I'm going to do is select my orange pie slice, hold down the shift key and select the word pie and click attach. And then I'm going to do the same with the offset. I'm going to click on that, hold down the shift key, select my font, my text for sweet as, and then also the silhouette of the pumpkin pie slice and click attach. And so because this piece was welded, it's going to, and I say welded, we didn't actually click weld. Anytime you offset, you have the option to automatically weld it. It's in your, right here, it's automatically done. And so because it was welded, it automatically comes to the front. All you need to do is select that piece and then click arrange and send to back, and your design as it is as it was before. And so now you're good to go ahead and make your design. You'll notice everything is the same on the mat as it was on the canvas. And so if you're using heat transfer vinyl, normally you would need to click mirror on each of your mats. However, a lot of times people tend to forget to do that, and maybe with one or two colors, just depending on how many colors they have. So what I like to do is just select my entire design. So I'll highlight it, and you'll notice these two pieces are not selected since they're not dark gray. I'm just going to go ahead and click select all, and now they are selected. And you can go up to flip and then flip horizontally, and then that way you don't have to worry about mirroring your mats. You can also resize it now if you need to. And then something else I like to do is I like to go ahead up to my color box and change this all to one color. And so I'll typically do this light yellow since it's easy to see. And then I'll click make it. And so now instead of having 5 or 6 separate mats, you have everything all on one mat. And you can move these around into the different corners is usually how I'll do it. I'll move everything into the 4 corners and then the middle if I need to, or I'll sometimes use the sides over here. And so I know that in my upper left hand corner, I'm going to need a piece of orange vinyl. It's about 5.5 inches by about 3 inches. And then I'll need a piece of white vinyl white vinyl in my upper left hand, or excuse me, upper right hand corner. That's a little bit over 1 inch by about 1 inch. My brown piece of vinyl will go in my bottom left hand corner. And all I do for the bottom is I'll count the squares. And so 3 inches across by 3 inches high. And then this will be my black piece of vinyl that I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 inches across by about 4.5 inches high. And so from here, you can just go ahead and click continue, choose your material, and cut your image. And so if you have any questions, any ideas for me to do in the next video, you can leave them in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer your question or comment. Have a great day.